Okay. Uh, in this video, I will discuss the projectile motion. So the following are the learning outcomes. Number one, okay, at the end of this lecture video, you will be able to define and derive the formulas, okay, used in solving projectile motion. Projectile motion. Okay. So when we talk about projectile motion, okay, a projectile motion po is an example of motion in two dimension. Okay. So again, no, it is a motion involving two dimension, meaning to say you must consider its x or the horizontal and y, which is your vertical direction. A projectile motion has a parabolic arc, or its trajectory is a parabolic arc, okay, wherein you consider again your x direction, which is your horizontal direction, and your y direction, which is your vertical direction. So the difference between the free fall and projectile motion is that sa free fall, okay, we consider lang yung kanyang direction, vertical direction. Okay, we consider lang yung vertical direction because sa free falling objects, um, ito po yung motion ng object that moves freely under the influence of gravity. So kapag po, when we throw, okay, an object, tapos it makes an angle theta, ibig sabihin nagkaroon na ng angle theta, from a free fall, magiging projectile motion na siya. Okay, magiging projectile motion. So, meaning to say, yung mga formulas may use, okay, in solving problems involving projectile motion is pwede nating i-derive from the kinematics equation. No, from the kinematic equation. So, sabi natin sa kinematic equations, under constant acceleration, okay, so ito yung ating mga kinematics. Number one, kinematics po natin is that if you have your final velocity equal siya to your initial velocity plus your constant acceleration a times your time t. Number two, di ba, again, we have here your delta x is equal to your initial velocity plus initial velocity times time, k, plus we have 1/2 at squared. Number three, if we have here your b sub f squared is equal, sir, to your b sub I squared plus 2a delta x. Since the kinematic equations po involves two direction, x and y, so meaning to say, pwede natin i-represent yung motion, okay, or the motion or the velocity ng object natin into dimension, into x and y component. So, ito po yung ating x component and this is your y component. So, ibig sabihin, ang direction po ng x natin is said to be in horizontal direction. Okay, this one is horizontal. Okay, at ang y component naman is a vertical direction. So by we know, di ba, from our vector quantity that your b sub 1f, okay? Okay, so meaning to say that this one po can be expressed as your final velocity at x is equal to your initial velocity at x plus we have here your g, or that is your a times your time t. Okay, so in this case po, sa projectile motion, ng x component po natin dito, your velocity here at x is said to be constant all throughout its motion. So meaning to say, hindi po nagbabago, again, yung kanyang speed all throughout its motion. So kung hindi po nagbabago, then we can say that its acceleration is also equal to 0. So meaning to say po that sa projectile motion ng x component mo, pwede mong ikunin using this one. But we know, di ba, sa vector quantity that your x component v sub I x can be defined as your v sub I, which is the magnitude, times your cosine theta. Now, where theta is said to be the direction of your projectile and v sub I is said to be your initial velocity. So, meaning to say that your x component po can also be expressed as this one, or pwede nyo na lang sabihin that your final velocity at x is just simply equal to your v sub I times your cosine theta. Okay? Similarly naman po, sa vertical component naman po natin, okay, tulad po ng free fall, sa y component po natin, yung object po natin moves under constant acceleration, g, or that is constant 9.80 meter per second squared. So, deriving your y component po dito, so we can say that your y component is just simply equal to your b sub I times your y minus your g times your t. But then again, ang ating y component naman po is just simply equal to your b sub I sine theta. So, ibig sabihin, ang aking b sub fy or final velocity at y direction is just simply your b sub I times your sine theta minus g times your time t. Okay? G times your time t. Move lang natin. Okay? So, again, no, when we try to derive this one naman din po, no, your delta x is also equal to your initial speed at x, or that is your b sub I cosine theta times your time t. Okay, again, you have your constant velocity. So, ibig sabihin, ang acceleration mo is equal to 0. So, eto na siya. Tapos po, your direction naman po at y is equal to, we have here your b sub I times your sine theta times your time t minus 1/2 g times t squared. So, that is your delta y. Okay, so para makuha rin naman natin ito, as you observe again that your acceleration is 0. So, we have here b sub f squared is equal to b sub I, taking the square root. Ito rin po siya, which is your first kinematic equation. Sa vertical component naman po, we can say that the final velocity at y squared is equal to your initial velocity, so that is your b sub I squared times we have your sine squared theta, okay, minus that is 2g delta y. So the following kinematic equations po for horizontal and vertical direction po may use in problems involving projectile motion. Okay, so ito po, lahat ng kinematic equations po na to, pwede po nating magamit, okay, to solve problems involving projectile motion. Okay, then ang projectile motion po natin, meron tayong two different types ng projectile motion. No? Two types of projectile motion. So number one, meron tayong tinatawag na symmetric, no? Symmetric or symmetrical, okay, projectile motion. No, when we talk about symmetrical projectile motion, meaning to say that kapag symmetric, di ba, ang ibig sabihin, it is the same. So meaning to say that from your initial launch speed up to the highest or the maximum height of your projectile must be equal to the maximum height of the projectile hanggang dun sa dulo ng ating projectile motion. So when we talk about symmetrical projectile, ibig sabihin, etong part na to must be equal to this part when we talk about symmetrical. On the other hand, though, when we talk about non-symmetrical projectile, obviously, yung etong part, this part, the left side part, is not equal to the right-hand side. So ano pong implication, sir, kapag symmetrical and non-symmetrical projectile? Kapag symmetrical projectile po is that, again, yung distance po from your initial launch speed, the horizontal distance from this initial launch speed to the distance papunta sa maximum height is equal to from maximum height hanggang dito sa end ng ating projectile. So it must be equal. Pangalawa po, kapag sa symmetrical projectile po, is that yung complementary angles po, ano, it's complementary angles. Like for example, nagkaroon ka ng projectile motion nilaunch mo siya at 30 degrees. Yan, 30 degrees. Okay? Tapos po, nagkaroon ka ng another projectile which is nilaunch mo naman po ito ng 60 degrees. No? Kapag po symmetrical projectile, okay, if the two angles is said to be complementary or if their sum is equal to 90 degrees, it would land at exactly same point. Meaning to say that the range of this projectile must be also equal to the range ng projectile. Magkaiba lang sila ng maximum height of your projectile. Pero obviously, again, when we neglect air resistance, so ibig sabihin kapag walang mga air resistance or other external quantities that may cause the motion ng object natin, ibig sabihin it would land with the same range, no? When we talk about symmetrical projectile. And kapag ang projectile niyo po is said to be symmetrical or symmetric, okay, you can use the following formulas, no, to find its maximum height and your range. No, so the maximum height ng ating projectile, okay, is defined as your b sub I squared, okay, times your sine squared theta all over we have here 2g. Okay, then the range ng ating projectile, its horizontal range, is equal to your initial velocity squared times we have your sine 2 theta all over we have here your g. Okay, so before we proceed, no, with these examples or with the following examples, let's try to derive these formulas ng symmetrical projectile. So una, hanapin natin yung maximum height. So kung maximum height ang ginagamit natin, what kinematic equations may use to find its maximum height? Obviously, titingin ka sa vertical component or sa y component, which is, in this case, ito po. So let's try to derive its maximum height using this one. Diba? Sabi natin that its maximum height is just simply equal to this. So we can say, sir, that your delta y can be expressed as your final position minus your initial position is equal to your b sub I squared, b sub I times we have your sine theta times your time t minus 1/2 gt squared. So considering that ang initial position ng ating projectile is on the ground or that is equal to 0 and its final position is in maximum height. So we have this one is equal to your b sub I sine theta times t minus 1/2 gt squared. So in this case, alam naman natin yung initial position. We know your the angle of your projectile or angle of projection at we know naman na yung ating g. So kailangan lang natin hanapin yung ating time t when it reaches its maximum height. No, when it reaches its maximum height. So anong gagamitin natin? So scratch work would be by using the first kinematic equation wherein sabi natin your b sub fy is equal to your b sub I times your sine theta minus g times your time t. So sabi natin, di ba, that the final velocity ng ating object when it reaches to maximum height is just simply equal to 0 meter per second. So in that case, by substituting this value, so ito po magiging 0. So by transposing this one to the right side ng ating equation, so that is gt is equal to your b sub I sine t. So multiplying both sides by tg, so therefore your time t is equal to your b sub I sine theta all over your g. Ibig sabihin, ito po yung time wherein yung object natin reaches its maximum height. So para makuha natin yung maximum height by substituting this time, so we have here the maximum height ng object natin is equal to b sub I times sine theta times your time t which is b sub I sine theta all over your g minus we have 1/2 g times your time na si b sub I sine theta all over your g quantity squared. Simplifying the following, so ito po magiging b sub I squared sine squared theta over g minus we have your b sub I squared sine squared theta. Yung isang g makakancel out dito, so over 2g. So subtract the following, so we can say that the maximum height ng ating object in a projectile motion is equal to your b sub I squared sine squared theta all over 2g. So ito siya. Okay? Okay, that is the maximum height ng ating object. So para makuha naman po natin yung ating horizontal range, no, the horizontal range po would be, pwede natin siyang i-derive obviously using ito lang. Okay? So using second kinematic equation, so we have here, di ba? Your delta x is equal to your b sub I times your cosine theta times your time t. Yan. Yeah, cosine theta times your time t. So again, sabi natin dito, yung time when it reaches its maximum height, kung siya po ay symmetrical projectile, ibig sabihin, it is just simply the twice the time when it reaches its maximum height. So in that case, diba, ito yung ating time. So therefore, yung time natin when it reaches its horizontal range, that is 2 times your b sub I sine theta all over g. Substituting this time to this, so ibig sabihin your horizontal range is just simply equal, sir, to your p sub I cosine theta times our time na si 2 b sub I sine theta all over your g. All over your g. Simplify the following. So ito po magiging 2 b sub I squared cosine theta sine theta all over g, or that is just simply equal to, di ba recall natin, double angle identity, we have this A identity. So ibig sabihin, pwede natin na lang itong express as your BI squared times your sine 2 theta all over your G. So meaning to say po, pwede nyo po itong gamitin, itong mga formulas na to for the maximum height and the horizontal range or the total range ng projectile natin kapag symmetrical yung ating projectile. So instead of using the following kinematic equations, okay, pwede nyo po itong gamitin again to find its maximum height and horizontal range. But anyway, kung non-symmetrical yung projectile, ito po yung gagamitin yung formulas. Okay? Examples. Okay? Suppose we have this one. A long jumper leaps down the ground at an angle of 20 degrees above the horizontal at a speed of 11 meters per second. So how far does he jump in the horizontal direction, and what is the maximum height it reach? So first thing first, di ba? Susulat muna natin yung mga given quantities. No, the given. So ang mga given po dito is that given daw yung ating initial launch speed na 11 meter per second, okay, and the angle of projection daw is equal to 20 degrees. So para makuha natin how far does the jump in the horizontal direction, that is just simply your horizontal range, which is equal to your b sub I squared times your sine 2 theta all over 2g. All over 2g. So substituting the following values, so that is 11 meter per second quantity squared times that is your sine 2 times 20 degrees all over, this is not 2g, g lang ito. Yan. All over your g na si 9.80 meter per second squared. So using our calculator, yan. So, ano ko lang ito, clear ko lang. Yan. Using your calculator, type nyo lang po ito lahat. So that is 11 squared times that is sine 2 times 20 is sine 40. Okay, over that is 9.80 meter per second squared. So therefore, its horizontal range is equal to, that is 7.936 meter. So, yan, this is our horizontal range, no? So para makuha naman po natin yung ating maximum height, again, its maximum height, okay, is just simply equal to your b sub I squared times that is your sine squared theta all over we have 2 times your g. Again, substituting the following values, that is 11 meter per second quantity squared times that is your sine 20 quantity squared all over we have here 2 times that is 9.80. So using again your calculator, that is 11, no? 11 squared times we have your sine 20, that is sine 20 quantity squared all over 2 times 9.80. Okay, so that is 0.722 meter, no? So its maximum height, that is 0.722 meter. Okay, so we have this one. Okay, another example. So the first example. Another example. The ball is thrown upward from the top of the building at an angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal with an initial speed of 20 meter per second. So the point of release is 45 meter above the ground. So how long does it take the ball to hit the ground? Letter B, find the horizontal range of the stone, neglect the air resistance, and letter C, find the ball speed at impact. So again, in this case, by illustration, so drawing muna natin, a ball daw that is being thrown, okay, from the top of the building. So ito daw po si ball. Okay, so from the horizontal, it makes an angle daw. Okay, it makes a projectile motion and it makes an angle daw from this na 30 degrees. Now, given daw its initial speed of 20 meter per second. Okay, from the point of release, 45 meters above the ground. So, ibig sabihin, ito daw po is 45 meter above the ground. So, how long does it take daw po the ball to hit the ground? The time, di ba? So, letter B, find the horizontal range of the stone, neglect the air resistance, and find the ball speed at impact. So, ito po yung ating mga required quantities. Letter A, ang hinahanap natin, the time, okay, when it reaches the ground. So, ito yung hinahanap natin, yung time when it reaches the ground, no? When it reaches the ground. Okay, letter B, the horizontal range, no? Yung ating delta X. Okay, considering that we neglect the air resistance. And letter C, find the final speed ng ating ball at impact. So kung final speed po yan, obviously meron tayo X component at meron din tayong Y component and get its magnitude. So paano po natin yun kukunin yung time? So what kinematic equations may use given yung mga following? So the kinematic equation that may use, obviously, yung second kinematic equation ng Y component. Ito po. No? So we have here, ito, copy natin ito. Copy natin yung second kinematic equation kasi may time ito na component, may displacement at initial velocities. Ayan. Copy natin ito. So ito po siya. So in this case, diba, this one po can be also expressed as yan. But this one can be expressed as your final position minus your initial position. K is equal to your initial speed times your sine theta times t minus 1/2 gt squared. Ang hinahanap natin is the final position. We know that your initial position naman is 45 meters above the ground. Okay? So we have your y sub f is equal to, that is 45, that is your y sub I, k, plus that is b sub I sine theta times your time t minus 1/2 gt. Meron na pala tayo nito. Simplify na lang natin yung mga following. So, substitute na natin. So, this one po can be expressed as negative 45 meter. is equal to your initial speed na 20 meter per second, okay, times your sine t, that is sine 30 degrees, times your time t, minus 1 half times that is 9.80 meter per second squared t squared. So, simplify lang ito. This is negative 45. Tanggalin muna natin yung mga unit. So, we have here 20, 20 sine 30, no? That is 20 sine 30 is equal to 10, and equal to 10t. Okay, minus 1 half times 9.8, 4.9. So that is 4.9 times t squared. So transpose po ito sa right side. So we can say that that is 4.9 t squared minus 10t, okay, minus 45 is equal to 0. Now solve for t using our calculator, mode 5. Tapos yung number 1, input lang natin ito. Oops. Mode 5. Tapos yung number 3. So input lang ito, that is 4.9 equal, negative 10 equal, negative 45 equal. So, enter mo lang. So therefore, your T1 or yung unang time, that is 4.218 second. Tapos yung pangalawang time, negative 2.177 o negative 2.177. So obviously, hindi mo ito kukunin. No, kasi this is negative value. So hindi mo siya kukunin. So therefore, its time when it reaches the ground ay equal po to this one. Okay? Ngayon, kukunin mo naman yung kanyang displacement. So letter B, para makuha naman yung kanyang displacement B, okay, your displacement delta x is equal to your B sub I times your cosine theta times your time t. O, substitute mo na lang itong mga given. So that is, we have your 20 meter per second times your cosine theta, that is cosine 30 times your time t na 4.218 second. So using our calculator, and maka-cancel lang yung second dito. Yan. Calculator, so we have here 20 times, click ko muna ito pala. Yan, no? So that is 20 times 4.218, okay, times we have here cosine 30. Cosine 30. So that is 73.058. No, that is 73.058 meters. So that is our delta x. That is our delta x. Letter C, para makuha naman po natin yung ating B sub fx. Okay? So, letter C. So, kunin muna natin yung B sub fx. Again, equal lang siya kay B sub I times your cosine theta. No? B sub I times cosine theta. B sub I times cosine theta. So, substituting the following values again. So, again, that is 20 meter per second times that is cosine 30. So therefore, your B sub fx natin is equal to, yan, tanggalin ko lang to tanggalin natin to. 10 square root of 3, or that is 17.321, no? So that is 17.321 meter per second. So, kunin naman natin yung B sub Fy, equal naman nito kay B sub I y times that is B sub I times we have naman ito, B sub I sin theta, tama? Yan, B sub I sin theta minus gt. So, again, that is your B sub I sin theta minus g times t. Substitute, no? B sub I squared, o B sub I, that is 20 meter per second, times that is sine 30 minus this is 9.80 meter per second squared times yung time natin, ano yung time ko? 4.218. No, 4.218 second. So therefore, your B sub Fy is equal to, using your calculators, yan, no, that is 20 sine 30 minus 9.80 times 4.218. Yeah. So that is negative 31.336. No? Negative 31.336 meter per second. No? Take note that, di ba, yung final speed ng ating object, constant siya all throughout sa x component, constant siya all throughout the projection. So para makuha nyo po yung final velocity nito, get the magnitude, or that is the square root of, square root ng, that is 17.321 k squared plus that is negative 31.336 squared. So therefore, ang ating B sub F, its magnitude is equal to, later. So again, this is 17.321 squared plus 31.336 squared. So that is 35.804. No, that is 35.804 meter per second. So this would be the final speed ng object natin at impact. Okay, so ito daw po yung ating speed at impact. Okay, that is the speed at impact. Okay, last example. Okay, so a home run daw is hit in such a way that the baseball just clears a wall. Okay, hit the ball, a wall of 21 meter high, located at 130 meter from the home plate. The ball daw is hit at an angle of 35 to the horizontal, and air resistance is negligible. So find the initial speed of the ball, the time it takes the ball to reach the wall, and the velocity component and the speed of the ball as it hit the ground 1 meter above the ground. So parang kanina lang din po ito. Diba? So by illustration, suppose ito daw yung ating base. No, kunwari, this is your starting position. At ito daw po yung kanyang horizontal range. Yan, no, this is the horizontal range. Tapos, meron daw po ditong wall. Like for example, okay, ito daw yung wall. Meron daw po ditong batter. Okay, it hit the ball daw 1 meter above. So, ibig sabihin, kung ito yung ating batter, ito yung object, it hit 1 meter above. Tapos, ito daw, its total height is 21 meter. So, this is 21 meter above the ground. Okay, tapos daw, it creates a projectile. So, from the horizontal direction ng ating projectile, ito yon. Okay, it clears daw this one, and meron daw tayo ditong angle na 30 degrees. At ito daw po, from the home plate hanggang wall is 130 meters. So the following are the illustrations. So letter A, hanapin daw natin yung initial speed ng ating bola. Okay. 35 meters pala to. 35 meters. 35 degrees rather. Letter B, hanapin daw natin yung time, the time when it reaches the ball. It reaches the wall. So, para makuha natin, reach the wall. Okay. And letter C, its velocity component, ibig sabihin yung B sub Fx, yan, B sub Fy, okay, and its final velocity or speed. Okay? So, paano natin kukunin yung initial speed using the following components, no? Considering na ito po yung ating kinematic equations. So the following are the kinematic equations. No? Tingnan natin. Yan. Ito yung kinematic equations natin. Yeah. What kinematic equation may use to solve the following, considering na ito yung ating mga component. Okay? So, una, okay, to find its initial velocity, ang kinematic equation na pwedeng gamitin is si initial velocity. Hindi natin alam yung time. O baka mauna natin makuha yung time. No? So like for example, eto, kung gagamitin natin yung first kinematic equation under horizontal direction, so eto, number 1, kumbaga, di ba, we have here your delta x is equal to your b sub I cosine theta times your time t. Substituting the following values and delta x code, that is 130 meter, is equal to your initial speed, which is ito yung hinahanap natin, times we have your cosine 35 degrees times your time t. So, pwede natin itong i-express as your equation number 1. Equation number 2, pwede natin gamitin ito. Sino? Ito, delta y. No? So, we have your delta y is equal to your b sub I times your sine 35 degrees times your time minus 1/2 g t squared. No? Pwede natin itong gamitin. So, we know that our delta y dito, delta y, di ba, nag-start ka, so that is 21 meter minus 1 meter. So, that is 20 meters. So, ito po ay 20 is equal to your b sub I. B sub I, this is sine 35 degrees times your time t minus 1/2 g t squared. So, delete ko na lang to. To delete this one. Dulo ko na lang yan. Then, para ito, usog natin ito dito. Yan. This is your delta x. Ito po, magiging, ano to? This one is 9.80. Yan, 9.80 meter per second squared times your t squared. So, ang hinahanap natin is your t or your initial speed. So, ibig sabihin, eto, yung equation 1, pwede natin itong i-express as your t is equal to 130 all over, we have here your b sub I. Tama, that is your b sub I cosine 35 degrees, no, cosine 35 degrees. So substituting this value to this, so we have here 20 is equal to your b sub I times, that is your sine 35. Sine 35 times your time na 130 over, this is your b sub I cosine 35 degrees. Okay, minus 1/2 times, that is 9.80. Okay, times your time, which is equal to 130 over, this is your b sub I cosine 35 degrees. Okay? So in this case, ito po, makakancel si b sub I dito. And makakancel ang b sub I dyan. Okay? Makakancel si b sub I. So therefore, this one can be expressed na lang ito as 20 is equal to 130 sine over cosine, that is tangent 35 minus, this is minus 4.9 times, that is 130 quantity squared all over, that is your b sub I squared cosine squared 35. No, solving with this with some algebraic manipulation to solve for b sub I. Transpose lang ito sa left side. So parang mangyayari, this is 4.9 times 130 quantity squared all over this is b sub I squared cosine squared 35 is equal to 130 tangent 35 minus 20. Solve for b sub I by multiplying both sides of this by b sub I squared. Tapos ito, mapupunta dito, 130 tangent 35 minus 20. Ibig sabihin, sir, that your b sub I squared is equal to 4.9 times 130 quantity squared all over that is your cosine 35 squared times that is 130 tangent 35 minus 20. And using our calculator to find your b sub I squared, yan. Or para makuha na natin yung b sub I, diretso, get the square root of the following, both sides. So by getting the square root of this, both sides, so therefore your b sub I using your calculator, ayan, using your calculator, so ito po ay equal kay 4.9 times 130 quantity squared all over that is cosine. This is cosine 35 quantity squared, times 130 times tangent 35 minus 20. Ayan. Using our calculator, equal siya kay 41, no? That is 41.684 meter per second. So that is the initial velocity ng ating object. So that is letter A. So para makuha naman yung time, substitute lang natin to this. Diba sabi natin, again, your time t is equal to this one. Equal siya dito. So substitute lang natin yung initial velocity, so that is equal to your time na 130 over ang initial velocity natin na 41.684 times that is cosine 35. So again, calcu, again, that is 130 over that is 41.684, that is cosine 35. That is 3.807. So therefore, ang time ko dito is 3.807 seconds. So we have this one. Okay? So ito na yung ating time. Ang hanapin na lang natin is the initial velocities and final velocity. So para makuha natin yung initial and final velocity, ito rin yung gagamitin natin. Delete ko na lang yung iba. Delete natin ito. So x and y components, so ito na siya. Nakuha na natin yung time. Okay? So, ayan siya. So substituting the following values to this. Ayan. Ito parang mangyayari, di ba? That is your b. That is b sub I sine theta minus g times your time t. So para makuha natin si b sub f, 35 degrees, diba? So b sub fx is equal to your initial velocity na 41.684 times that is cosine 35. Para makuha naman si b sub fy, equal siya kay initial velocity na 41.684, okay, times that is sine 35 minus g na 9.80 times time na 3.807. So again, using our calculator, so that is 41.684 tapos cosine 35 equal ito kay 34.146. So B sub Fx is equal to 31.146 meter per second. So parang naman si B sub Fy, ulitin to, gawin tong sign. Minus this is 9.80 times 3.807. Yan, so that is equal naman ito, B sub Fy is equal to negative 13.40 meter per second. So para makuha natin yung kanyang speed, get the square root of, that is 31.146, yan, meter per second squared, plus that is negative 13.40 meter per second squared. So therefore, the final velocity ng ating object or nung when it reaches the ground, so when it reaches to ano po, to wall, so that is 31.146 squared plus that is 13.40 squared. So that is 33.906. No, that is 33.906 meter per second. So ito siya. So that is the final velocity ng ating object. Okay? And that would be the end of this video. Thank you.